It is Monday night, and we are live at In the Zone Racing for the Elite Performance Industries Late Model Shootout Series Round Number 2, the Spotta Kosh Communications 125 from the Hickory Motor Speedway. I am Jeff By Jr., joined by Bill Tomer in the broadcast booth. And Bill, our season opener last week was huge, 51 drivers. Tonight it looks like about 46 here at this little tiny racetrack, this bull ring at Hickory.
It's a lot of drivers, Jeff, for this tiny place, and unfortunately quite a few of these guys are going home. You said it's a small racetrack. We're not going to start as many guys as we did last week, so I think we're going to have about 20 guys going home, Jeff?
Yeah, 26 drivers going to make the A main. That's going to send about 20 home. I see a couple guys even coming in here late. It looks like Elliott Carlson going to join. No practice, going to try to make the field. So it is going to be very tight right now. We're looking at 45, 46, 47 drivers going for just 26 spots in tonight's feature event.
Yeah, that's going to be brutal, huh? I mean, it's tough to get in. We were just talking to some of the drivers, and they said, what do we do? I'm buried in the field. I got to qualify, and it's hard to pass. Give me a tip here. Give me some speed. But you got no time, man. It's time to go qualifying.
Well, looking at practice, 14.064 was fast time in practice. Last place was 14.201. They're separated by a tenth and a half the entire field. That is insane.
Yeah, it's super close. We were talking about it. The top 5 at one point was separated by 3 thousandths of a second. Top 5, 3 thousandths of a second. The top 3 guys were separated by 1. So it's going to be tough just to make this field. We're already qualifying. We see Peyton Howell on the racetrack. Ran the B main last week, Jeff. Not a spot we're used to seeing Peyton.
Yeah, and top 18 going to move directly from qualifying into the feature event. So qualifying very important tonight. Wisconsin Weens and Walleyes qualifying. 5 bonus points and $5 on the line for your fast qualifiers. Josh Parrish goes top of the board, 14.114 for Parrish. Now he gets bumped by Tyler Hudson, who's tied with Matt Barkhouse at the top of the board, 14.083. They get bumped by Eric Tracy, 14.081.
Peyton Howell goes P1 in that number 52. We were watching him. He's going to be your quick time at the moment. Eric Tracy, P2. Tyler Hudson, P3. We just see Chris Roma on the racetrack. More cars logging times. Dylan Canova, Jeff, he was one of the guys that didn't feel like he was going to have a good qualifying effort in the 70 machine. Let's see how he does.
Yeah, Canova was really struggling in practice, and he just can't figure this place out, and he pretty much had committed himself to being a B main tonight. As Peyton Howell, Eric Tracy, Tyler Hudson, and now Hugo Paquette goes P3, 14.082 for Hugo Paquette. So move him up into the top 3. Hudson back to 4th. Matt Barkhouse 5th. PJ Evans 6th. Josh Cottle, Cole Cabrey, Bladen Edwards right now.
Jeff, Dylan Canova went P14. So Dylan, good shot at making this race straight out of qualifying.
Now we got a new P1. Alex McCollum, 14.042. Cody Kelly goes P2, 14.061. They'll bump Peyton Howell back to 3rd. Brendan R. Lee to 4th on the board, 14.071 for Brendan.
Some of the cars we didn't see last week, Jeff, but we're here for the exhibition race. They've made their way back to the series. A couple of guys not here tonight that we saw last week.
Yeah, some new faces here. Tyler Hudson in the field, and I believe Casey Kelly joining us did not make the first race, and then some guys that were in the first race not here. So we're going to see how that plays out as the season goes on. There is a lot of drivers committed to running a full season here. So the championship, trying to make that top 8 and make it into that playoff format is going to be a very tall task for just about anybody.
Watching Magnum Tate on the racetrack, ran the Cars Tour last season. He's out there in the number 5.
Brett Suggs in the chat said we wish the 33 was here, and we do miss having Brett around here in this series. We know he's pretty busy with a lot of the real life stuff that he's doing. Last car into the field in qualifying will be Trevor Edwards. He qualified 18th, will be the last car locked in from qualifying. But Alex McCollum, your Wisconsin Weens and Walleyes Quick Time Award winner.
I feel like we've seen that before. Not that I'm disappointed. I just feel like we've seen that before.
Yeah.
Like,
old hat, isn't it? Well, here we go. B main number 1. We're taking 4 cars to move on in tonight's 125-lap feature event for the Spotta Kosh Communications 125. On the pole for B main number 1, Josh Parrish, and the number 55 on the outside of him. And the 167, that's Aaron Plemons.
Starting in the third position in the number 71 machine, that is Uncle Pete, Peter Fisher. Starting fourth in the 83, it's Chris Roma.
Starting fifth in this B main will be the 7 NC of Luke Baldwin. On the outside of him in the 13 car, it's Guillaume 14.
Dustin Monmarquette rolls off P7 in the 116, and to his outside in the number 17 car, that's Reagan Parent.
Starting ninth in the 25 machine, it's Devin Rogers. On the outside of him in the 112, it's Del Mears.
Colby Bryant will roll off 11th in the number 9 car. Jonathan Sanford in the familiar 212 starts 12th.
Starting 13th in the 31 machine, it's Super Zach Onen. On the outside of him in the 09, it's Elliot Carlson.
Shotgun on the field in the 2 car, it's JJ Chansey.
15 cars, top 4 move on. The rest will sit out the Spotta Kosh Communications 125. Absolutely stacked B main, Bill. This looks like 3 seasons ago in A main. That's how crazy the series has blown up.
I can't even believe what I'm looking at right now. Imagine if we didn't split the B mains, Jeff. We'd have a massive field of race cars trying to make it into the race.
Yeah. Brooklyn in the chat cheering for Peyton Howell, who has locked himself into the A main by qualifying tonight. I believe he was in the top 5, so great effort by Peyton. Pace car going to head off the racetrack. Josh Parrish going to take off, start this B main. We're going 20 laps or 12 minutes, whichever comes first. And your top 4 going to try to settle things, get single file. But Luke Baldwin, he has got a chance to attack here on Chris Roma in the 83 machine.
That battle's going to shape up for your transfer spot. Luke Baldwin on the bottom, Chris Roma up the racetrack in the 83 car. They'll be side by side through 1 and 2.
Luke Baldwin, Chris Roma battling for the 4th and final transfer position. Behind them, Dustin Monmarquette, a winner in the late model shootout series here, stuck behind these two, trying to see which one is going to come out ahead. And it looks like it might be Luke Baldwin as he inches forward ahead of Chris Roma.
So Roma in I guess an issue situation here where he's stuck on the outside of that orange 83 car. So he's walked up the racetrack. Monmarquette's going to go through. He's going to take over the 5th spot. Now possibly Monmarquette going to try to move forward and battle Luke Baldwin for the transfer spot.
Yeah, Roma got a little sideways now. He's got pressure from Reagan Parent. Here comes Parent up the inside. The 83 just slipped off turn 2. And now we got trouble behind them. I see Devin Rogers around in the middle of 3 and 4. Caution. He's going to wave here on lap 5.
Take a look and see what happened to Devin Rogers. Down into the corner.
He got some help. That was the 9 of Colby Bryant.
Got a little bit of help. Help he did not want.
I believe those two were running around the 9th position, 9th and 10th, and now they're both going to go to the rear of the field. Colby, the cause of that caution, going to go join Devin Rogers at the back, and that is not going to help their case to getting into this A main. Michael in the chat going to be cheering for Peyton Howell tonight, who was in the A main. Josh Parrish leading this B main. Aaron Plemons, Peter Fisher, Luke Baldwin, the 4 drivers in transfer positions. Dustin Monmarquette sits 5th. He has 1 spot out. Chris Roma, Reagan Parent, Guillaume 14. Zachary Onen. I think Zach is going to restart 10th here. Actually make that 9th, and then JJ Chansey will restart 10th.
Jeff, I feel like you're doing a little better with Guillaume 14's name tonight.
I've been practicing. I've been practicing.
Sitting in front of the mirror.
Yeah, just keep saying his name over and over and over. His pace car goes off the racetrack. Josh Parrish again on the loud pedal early. Gets in front of Aaron Plemons. Plemons going to slot into 2nd. Now the battle's on for 3rd. Peter Fisher and Luke Baldwin make some contact.
Peter Fisher's got an issue in the inside. Here comes Dustin Monmarquette. He's going to look to take that spot away from Peter Fisher. Fisher's going to get contact from Roma. He'll go around. That's going to collect Jonathan Sanford. Looks like Del Mears is collecting that as well. 2nd yellow in the first B main event.
Yeah, Peter Fisher and Dustin Monberquette got together. Fisher ended up kind of running a little low on the racetrack there. And I think they just kind of got doored together, got stuck together. Jonathan Sanford got collected in that along with Dale Mears.
We can get a little better view of that. Nope, that was not it. There we go. A little different look. Peter Fisher kind of got caught in the middle there. Like you said, Jeff, stuck together and just gets loose. I'm not sure if Roma even got him before that car started to spin.
It is a weird situation. I don't think Pete necessarily expected Monberquette to be there on the bottom. They get together, and it was like they just got hooked together. They couldn't get loose from each other.
Yeah, Roma did get him in the rear end, but those two cars were stuck together prior to that. So right now, Josh Paris leads your race. The battle has been on for that fourth and final transfer position, but this is a time limit race. These guys got to get these laps in within 12 minutes of the green flag drop. Right now, 2 cautions early in this B-main event. It's going to slow down our progress. We're hoping to get all 20 laps in.
And they just got the signal to double them up. So Josh Parrish and I believe Aaron Plemons going to be on that front row. Luke Baldwin, now Dustin Monberquette into 4th. Reagan Parent has found his way up to 5th. Guillaume 14 up into the 6th spot. There we go. Pace car off the racetrack. Parrish and Plemons again. Plemons got a little bit better restart that time, but so did Luke Baldwin. Baldwin is right there to the door, the 167.
Baldwin trying to get underneath Aaron Plemons. Plemons does not want to be on the outside right now. He's going to have major issues as we got more contact. More guys make contact in 3 and 4. That's going to wreck some cars. Pile up on the front straightaway.
Yeah, that was JJ Chansey and Chris Roma that got together, and that collected just about everybody behind them. Big stack up with Zach Onan and Colby Bryant. To me, just looking at this one early, it looked like the 31 got down into the back end of the 83 and just really upset Chris Roma's car.
We're trying to find that replay. Oh, yeah. That's a C-car, no-hit car situation.
Yeah, Chris Roma did everything he could to hold on to it, but in order to chase that car up the racetrack, he ended up dooring whoever was on the outside of him there, and that just set off a pretty big collision.
Guillaume 14 ended up in the outside wall as well. He was out very early, gets big damage on the right side of the 13 car, and just a lot of stuff happening on the front straightaway. A little bit surprised some of those cars didn't take more damage, Jeff. It looked like there was a lot that happened there.
Yeah, Colby Bryant ended up on somebody's hood there. I mean, that was a pretty big stack up.
So this is a whole lot of stuff that Josh Parrish likes to see.
Yeah.
Performance Industries, raceepi.com on that car. That's also the series sponsors, as you can see up to the left side, the top left of your screen.
And no surprise that this is happening like right behind the transfer position. These wrecks are happening where the guys are really getting desperate to try to get up to that 4th spot. And it's some hard racing here in the B main right now. Josh Parrish, Aaron Plemons, Luke Baldwin, Dustin Monberquette, once again, your top 4 transfer on. Reagan Parent, Elliott Carlson back there in that 3rd row. They are out right now. If it finishes this way, they got to pass some cars.
Again, Luke Baldwin looks to the inside of Aaron Plemons. They're going to be side by side down the back straightaway. Dustin Monberquette working the outside right now on the outside of Reagan Parent. Parent going to look to the inside of Monberquette. That is a battle for the transfer spot.
Brett Suggs out in the chat cheering for Luke Baldwin. And now Parrish is going to go around. Maybe some contact from Plemons. Monberquette gets collected.
Huge implications. Oh, boy. Josh Parrish's car is broken. The right front junk on that car, trailing Sparks.
We got to go back and see what might happen. Parrish was in the middle of 1 and 2, and it was like Plemons just caught the right rear quarter and just turned the 55 machine around.
Yeah, he just gets down too low, and Parrish was kind of a little. That's tough. I think Parrish is he's doing exactly the right thing. Plemons just gets in there and turns him around. Ugh, that's heartbreak for Josh Parrish. We were just talking about how happy he was to see these cautions. Not something that, oh my goodness. Luke Baldwin caught in that. Omberket's caught in that. Jonathan Sanford got caught in that. You can see the right front of the 55 car in the replay just trailing Sparks. And then, unfortunately, the car doesn't turn. He slams Sanford in the wall again.
Well, Bill, that is 2 of the cars in transfer spots now out. Well, Josh Parrish is out of this race, but Aaron Plemons now going to go to the rear of the field for being the cause of the yellow. So give Luke Baldwin the B main lead here. Dustin Momberket up to second. Momberket took some damage, though. He hit the wall pretty hard. Reagan Parent going to restart third. Del Mears up to fourth now. Is going to set up a single file restart here, and we are over our time limit, so we'll see. I think the next yellow is probably going to end this one. It's Luke Baldwin, Dustin Momberket, Reagan Parent, Del Mears going back. Green flag racing here in B main number 1. 4 moving on.
Del Mears in the catbird seat. We're going to watch that at the moment. Luke Baldwin going to take us green flag racing. But Del Mears sitting fourth. He's in the happy places. He was not in a transfer spot before all of that went down, and now Del trying to get into Knight's A main.
Yeah, Del started 10th in this one, up to the 4th position. Behind him, Elliott Carlson started 14th. He is 1 spot out now, and he does not seem to be able to keep up with Del Mears right now. Mears has gapped him about 2-3 car lanes.
Yeah, no pressure right now from behind. Is Del Mears sitting fourth, working lap number 14. Like you said, Jeff, we are right on the edge of the time limit, so these guys looking for the white flag.
Yeah, Luke Baldwin out front right now has pressure from Dustin Momberket. I can't imagine these two are going to get very racy, though. I think they have seen what just happened there with Josh Parrish and Aaron Plemons, and they don't want a repeat scenario that takes them out of the A main. So 4 laps to go right now as Luke Baldwin out front ahead of Dustin Momberket. Reagan Parent third, Del Mears fourth, and Elliott Carlson trying to do what he can, but just can't quite get to the 112 machine.
Everybody playing nice up front now. Not a whole lot happening throughout the entire field as they're all basically running nose to tail, but nobody able to put pressure on the car in front of them. So Zach Onen starting to peek underneath JJ Chansey. That's for the 7th spot. Neither one of those cars even pressuring for a transfer position. Now the white flag is out. 1 lap to go for Luke Baldwin.
Luke Baldwin out front, white flag is waving. Remember, there is a B-Main championship, so even spots in this B-Main count for points. As Luke Baldwin comes off turn 4, going to move on to the A-Main along with Dustin Momberket, Reagan Parent, and I believe that'll be Del Mears.
Serious drama in that B main, Jeff.
Yeah, that was a wild one there.
Not really what you want to see happen. Unfortunately, you see some good cars, guys who are doing a great job. Both of your top 2, Aaron Plemons and Josh Parrish. Obviously, Plemons not something he wanted to have happen.
Well, we are heading into B main number 2. No time wasted here. Cars are gridded up, and on the pole in the number 2 machine, it is Spotta Kosh himself, Josh Kosick on the outside of him, and the number 70, it's Dylan Canova.
Caden Fisher is going to roll off P3, and the number 18 car in 2 is outside in the 78 car. It's Aaron Johnson.
Starting 5th in this B main, it's number 88 of Kyle Meyer. On the outside of him in the 49 machine, it's Sean Hayes.
Blaze Brinkley will roll off P7 in that number 11. AJ Rogers starts 8th in the number 17.
Starting 9th will be the 28 of Corey Bigley. On the outside of him in the Wisconsin Weens and Walleyes car, the number 5 of John Piette.
Craig Tully will roll off P11 in the number 50, and to his outside on the 65, it's Aaron Abendroth.
Starting 13th and final on this field will be the 117 of Tad Douglas. And I believe we're supposed to have Kelsey Rogers, who hasn't gridded. And Kelsey a regular in this series, so that would be huge if he doesn't make the grid here in this B main, and he will not. So here we go. Josh Kosick, Dylan Canova, Caden Fisher, and Aaron Johnson will start in the transfer positions. Then you got Kyle Meyer and Sean Hayes right behind them, need to gain some spots. And Bill, another stack B main. There is some fast drivers, including a Challenger Series champion in this, Challenger Series winners. Really a great field.
It's truly incredible. I mean, we have had such an amazing response to late model stock change this season. Just the amount of drivers, the amount of quality drivers that run in these races it's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. As we get going for B main number 2, Josh Kosick gets to set the pace. The guy on the outside, Dylan Canova, said he didn't think he was going to make the A main tonight. Well, he's got a chance starting on the front row of this B main.
Oh, Kosick down on the apron going through turns 1 and 2. That's an interesting move. Now Canova going to be to the outside of Caden Fisher. Here comes Fisher up for second place. Aaron Johnson, he battled for the lead last week many times in North Wilkesboro. He's running 4th. That's the last transfer spot.
Caution is out as Corey Bigley has gone around in the middle of 3 and 4. Looked like some contact possibly from Craig Tully. That's going to get us an early caution there. I believe Tad Douglas got involved in that as well, and Tad is holding a night.
Let's take a look and see what happens to Corey Bigley driving the new paint scheme this season. A little bit of blue on the car. A lot of blue on the car. Used to be just all black. Oh, just a little checkup. We've seen this. We saw that multiple times last week, Jeff.
Yeah, it looked like Craig got him in the center of the corner and then just kind of stayed on his bumper, and then Corey had to check up, and he just kind of ran through there.
But it's that accordion effect once again. Corey just checks up a tiny bit, not to get into Blaze Brinkley, and Tully just cannot react, gets in the back of the 28 car. Just a matter of kind of got to give each other a little bit more room, and Corey Bigley decides to put the front end of the outside wall as he tries to spin the 28 around.
Yeah, he wasn't hitting Corey hard enough to spin him out, but he was pushing him through the corner, trying to get that 28 moving. And then when Corey had to check up, there was nothing. Craig just had no time to react because he was already on his back bumper. Well, that's going to reset things here with Josh Kosick, Dylan Canova, Caden Fisher, Aaron Johnson, still your top 4. I believe they didn't complete a lap, so we're going to see a single file restart this time.
That's music to Dylan Canova's ears.
Right? Yeah, he definitely didn't want to restart there on the outside. Caden Fisher put a lot of pressure on him right off the get-go here on that opening start.
I'm thinking Aaron Johnson's probably feeling pretty happy about that as well. He's going to be sitting on the outside starting in the final transfer spot. Somebody, a quality driver like Kyle Meyer sitting to the inside, you don't want to see that. So Aaron Johnson, actually Jeff, they are.
Yeah, they are going to get
doubling it up here, or some guys just do it automatically.
Yeah, we're being told single file, so.
Let me tell Aaron Johnson. There we go.
Yeah.
Get back in line.
Here we go. Pace car is off the racetrack. Josh Kosick, Dylan Canova, Caden Fisher, Aaron Johnson, Kyle Meyer back there in the 88 machine running 5th. And look at the 49 of Sean Hayes. He immediately jumped to the outside, and he's going to go around Kyle Meyer for the 5th position. Now he is trying to get to the outside of Aaron Johnson. And that inside lane is going to fight back here.
Wow, but he did make the move. Put Sean Hayes up to the 5th spot as he went around the outside of Kyle Meyer.
Sean Hayes, one spot out of the transfer, trying to catch that 78 machine of Aaron Johnson. Meyer under pressure now. Here comes Blaze Brinkley in the 11 machine trying to move forward.
Here comes A.J. Rogers in the 17 as well. Kyle Meyer in the sucker hole on the outside. Gets a little contact to the outside wall in the 88 car.
A.J. Rogers going to go around Kyle Meyer. Meyer just slipping backwards on the outside line. Out front, it's all Josh Kosick who leads this one. And Josh got taken out of a B main last week at North Wilkesboro, didn't make the A main. So he is trying to race his way away from the field because he doesn't want a repeat situation where he gets turned late in a B main.
Kyle Meyer, for you Kyle Meyer fans out there, he continues to fall backwards. He's all the way back to 9th. John Piette just went by him in the 5. Aaron Abendroth in the 65 there. He's going to go by as well, working lap number 9. Kyle Meyer finally finds himself in line right in front of Corey Bigley. That'll be a 10th position. Tough for the 88 car. He was just battling for a transfer spot.
Sean Hayes has not really been able to make much progress on Aaron Johnson. He's sitting about a car length back from him. I just can't quite reel him in. I see him trying different things. He's taking that car to the apron, trying to get that thing to rotate a little better. He is doing everything he can to find some speed right now.
Yeah, there it is, Jeff. Took a little bit of a higher entry into turn number 1. Really didn't make up any ground. Interesting color choice in those rims. Apparently the part shop was out of black. And or green, or what? Hey, just use these.
Well, Aaron Johnson holds on to that 4th and final spot, and these guys are starting to stack up behind Dylan Canova, who runs 2nd. Fisher in the 18, not putting a lot of pressure on him, and that might start to hurt Aaron Johnson. If Aaron can't get his way around Caden Fisher, he's going to have to deal with Sean Hayes here.
Dylan Canova, he is going to walk up the racetrack. Caden Fisher starting to stick his nose in there. Is he going to try to make the move down the back straightaway? Here comes the 18 car, and Canova really can't fend him off. He's going to be up the racetrack and a little bit sideways in the 70 car.
Yeah, Canova trying to defend, but that is stacking up the field as Sean Hayes is going to go around contact with Blaze Brinkley. We are still green flag racing, but that is going to take those two out of this one.
And Sean Hayes, whoa, and he gets into Craig Tully. Tully goes around. That's going to be behind the field, and we will get a yellow. But Blaze Brinkley and Sean Hayes continue to beat and bang down the back straightaway, and they just couldn't fit enough cars down into turn number 3.
Yeah, I think Sean Hayes was a little upset about that situation.
Take a look and see if we can get to the point of contact. You said it, Jeff, it was between Blaze Brinkley and Sean Hayes. Oh, I'm not sure there. That's interesting.
Well, Blaze definitely got into him, and that would have sent Blaze to the back for that.
Yeah.
And then Sean retaliated a bit there.
All the way down the back straightaway.
Yeah, he was not happy with Blaze Brinkley.
I think Craig thought they were going to go much lower than they were. Craig kind of just dove into the corner there. Hey, buddy, 2 cars down there. Yeah, see, Corey Bigley gets caught in that as well. Those drivers are going to end up in the back, and we might have to have a conversation with Sean Hayes about retaliation and what it means and what Webster's defines retaliation as in the dictionary, and we don't like that kind of thing.
Here's the situation, and I think what was going on. Sean Hayes would have gotten his spot back because the caution came out. It reverts back a lap. It tried to put Sean Hayes back up into the 5th spot, but because he caused the caution, he is going to go to the rear there. But that will save Blaze Brinkley, who will now take over 5th.
Yeah, I'm really confused as to how all that goes down.
So here we go. Pace car going to head off the racetrack. Josh Kosick, Dylan Canova, Caden Fisher, Aaron Johnson, your top 4 drivers in transfer positions right now. We got a little bit of a stack up coming to the green. Everybody going to hold on to it. But Canova is under fire as he goes into turn 1. He's got trouble.
What happened to Dylan Canova? Dylan Canova's got a broken race car.
I have never seen a flat right front tire like that on a restart. Canova is out of this.
Idea.
And Canova's going to be out of this B main. Josh Kosick is gone. Now Aaron Johnson and Blaze Brinkley get together. That's going to bring out a caution.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We are going to have some hot under the collar drivers after this.
Unreal what is going on right now. We got to figure out what happened to Canova, but now we got to look at this incident with Aaron Johnson, who it looked like he just got help from Blaze Brinkley in the center of the corner.
And Brinkley was to the inside of AJ Rogers. Yeah, just looks like Brinkley gets into the rear end of the 78 car. Maybe gets, I know there was a little bit of damage on the right front of the 78, so maybe he was having a little bit of an issue. You can see right there, 11 gets into the 78, turns him around.
Yeah, I went back to watch that restart. It looks like Canova's car is fine. And then all of a sudden, the right front tire is gone down the front straightaway.
Oh, Kyle Meyer caught in that. Aaron Abendroth caught in. Sean Hayes down the back straightaway as Johnson got knocked back up the racetrack. Right here in the center, you can see it just get in there and just... Oof.
Well, that's 2 more cars in transfer spots there that are now out of this race, or at least going to the rear of the field. That opens up the door for a couple of people, because now Josh Kosick, your leader, Caden Fisher, move Aaron Rodgers up to 3rd. John Piette, who started 10th, is now into the 4th and final transfer spot. He'll restart with Aaron Abendroth and Corey Bigley behind him.
That's AJ Rogers up into 3rd.
Yeah, AJ Rogers.
You said Aaron Rodgers. I'm just kidding. It's Aaron Abendroth and AJ Rogers.
Yeah, there you go. Teammates there. That's what confused me.
We actually know AJ's real first name, but we're not going to give it out unless somebody pays us money.
Well, you know AJ's real name,
I
apparently.
do know AJ's real name.
I don't know AJ's real name. I thought it was AJ. Well, here we go. This one, 2 laps left to go. We are over the time limit. I think this will be the last restart here as pace car is going to head off the racetrack. Josh Kosick, Caden Fisher, AJ Rogers, John Piette in transfer spots, but some hungry drivers behind him. Aaron Abendroth, Corey Bigley trying to get into this A main, and Abendroth did not get a great restart.
Yeah,
he is up the racetrack.
Up the racetrack. His teammate, Corey Bigley, who had an issue very early, is going to go by. The battle's going to be between he and John Piette. Piette running in the transfer spot right now in the 5.
Josh Kosick going to get the white flag this time in this B main, and actually that is it. That was going to be the checkered flag as we were over the time limit.
Wow, that ended quickly. These drivers going to get 2 minutes to warm up their cars. Man, heartbreak all over the place right there. John Piette going to be the last car to get into tonight's main event. Congratulations to John. Corey Bigley going to be the first car out in that one. Unfortunately for the 28 driver, he had an issue early in that race, and he'll be going home.
Yeah, so the drivers are not moving on from that one. Corey Bigley, Craig Tolley, Kyle Meyer, Aaron Johnson, Blaze Brinkley, Aaron Abendroth, Sean Hayes, Dylan Canova, Tad Douglas, and Kelsey Rogers. Now remember, some of these drivers, if you are fans of them, and I think some of them are going to be joining us Thursday night when we do the Sarah Super Series race. So we will be live Thursday night, along with tomorrow in the Tuesday Night Challenger Series. Some of those drivers will be taking part in that race as well. So plenty more racing coming at you this week here at ITZR. It is a busy week, Bill. We're back in full swing of things.
Oh, yeah, 100%. We're going to be doing the Sarah Super Series for a full season this season. That schedule's a little bit odd, so make sure you get over to racesarah.com and you can see what the schedule it is. I believe it's 3 weeks back to back to back. Then we take a week off and we go to the schedule they used last season, where we run basically every other week from that point forward. So yeah, Jeff, this week we have 3 nights of racing on tap, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday.
So, Bill, we just heard from Dylan Canova about what happened on that restart. He lost the force feedback on his wheel and the shifter and the brake pedal coming to the green.
Ugh. That's basically just a malfunction. That's like a real life
mechanical failure.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I guess it happens in sim racing too, Jeff. Well, here we go. That was the 2 minutes. As quickly as you could say it, they went by. We are loading up fans, filling the grandstands. We get to see our invert for the first time tonight.
Yeah, Alex McCollum, your quick qualifier, going to fall back to 4th because of the invert. So now I just learned that this guy might have a nickname, thanks to Bladen Edwards, who just let me know. So on the pole in the 52 machine, apparently we're going to start calling him Baby Shark. The 52 of Peyton Howell. On the outside of him, and the number 11, a former race winner, icebreaker champion, the 11 of Blake Neer.
The car that's supposed to start 3rd hasn't quite gridded just yet, so we'll give him a minute. But Baby Shark, really? No, I can't do it. But his starting 3rd in the number 75, I guess your race winner from last week. He's won 2 in a row, including the exhibition race. That's the car of Cody Kelly, and 2 is outside. Your Wisconsin Wings and Walleyes Quick Time Award winner in the number 1. It's the Dominator, Alex McCollum.
Starting 5th tonight in the number 10 machine, it's Brandon R. Lee. On the outside of him in the number 5, making his debut in the series this season, it's Magnum Tate.
Starting 7th in the number 66 machine, that's Eric Tracy, and 2 is outside in the 33. It's Hugo Paquette.
Starting 9th, the old-timer in the series, returning to join the late model shootout series, the 01 of Tyler Hudson. On the outside of him in the 15 machine, it's Matt Barkhouse.
He led a lot of the race last week, starting 11th in the number 12. That is PJ Evans, and 2 is outside in the number 13 car. I know his nickname also, Jeff. It's Jinx, Josh Cottle.
Starting 13th tonight in the 54 machine, they call him Mo. It's Cole Cabrey. On the outside of him in the 72, it's Bladen Edwards.
Starting 15th in the number 91, it's the Lumberjack, Dylan Bates, and 2 is outside of number 16, Jackson Lewis.
Starting 17th tonight, first time we'll see him in a points race this season, the 5 of Casey Kelly. On the outside of him in the 32 machine, it's Trevor Edwards.
Luke Baldwin's going to roll off 19th in the number 7 machine, and 2 is outside. Starting 20th in the 2, it's Josh Kosick.
Starting 21st tonight, the 116 of Dustin Momberked. On the outside of him, and the number 18 of former Challenger Series champion, it's Caden Fisher.
Reagan Parent will roll off 23rd in the number 17, and another 17 will start alongside. That's the 17 of AJ Rogers.
So starting 25th tonight will be the 112 of Dell Mears, and on the outside of him in that final transfer position from the B main, the 5 of John Piet.
What a field.
Great field, 26 strong here at Hickory Motor Speedway. And 46 drivers, 47 I think attempted. We got 26 here in the feature. Some really heavy hitters going home early tonight. Not going to take part in this 125 lapper, but probably the best field you're going to see on iRacing right here.
Incredible group of drivers. Peyton Howell going to have to lead us to the green flag. Looks like we'll go one more lap before we get that green flag. Lights are out on the pace car. This is going to be exciting, Jeff. And there's a lot of good-looking race cars in this field.
Yeah, absolutely. Some guys that didn't have paint schemes last week got them on this week. So really, really good-looking cars. I think PJ Evans in that 12 machine, he got a new paint scheme. He didn't have one last week. But here we go, Bill. Pace car's going to head off the racetrack this time. It's going to be Baby Shark in the 52. Peyton Howell taking them green.
I can't do it.
The Spotta Kosh Communications 125 is underway. Peyton Howell, your leader. Blake Neer on the outside. You're going to try to get to the bottom in front of Cody Kelly.
Cody Kelly going to run third. Alex McCollum off the racetrack just a little bit. That's going to be Brendan R. Lee. There he is in the 10. He's going to try to look to the inside of Alex McCollum. That's going to be a battle for fourth.
First three have sorted themselves out single file, and then they are double all the way through the field further back.
Our First battle on the racetrack is that one we just looked at. Then we've got another one. PJ Evans is to the inside of Hugo Paquette. Now you got a big gaggle of cars.
Blake Neer was second, got into the back of Peyton Howell and almost spins that car. He's back on the racetrack, but he fell all the way back to about 7th position.
And he jumps up in front of a whole bunch of cars as they were running side by side. PJ Evans, Tyler Hudson, they're going to be side by side through turns 3 and 4. That's your biggest battle on the racetrack, and a whole bunch. I called it a gaggle, Jeff. It is a gaggle of cars there from about 12 on back.
Alex McCollum and Brendan Lee now battling for 3rd behind Cody Kelly. Looks like Alex is going to get that spot, so move Alex McCollum up to 3rd. Started 4th, their quick qualifier tonight. Here comes Magnum Tate. He is a real-life late model stock driver. He's going to jump up to the 4th spot.
Magnum Tate up to 4th. Let's not forget, Jeff, these guys got to save tires for 125 laps around this old dog. This thing is abrasive on tires. They're going to wear them out. They got to think about that as they're racing side by side with all these drivers around them.
Yeah, we talked about it in practice. So what is the strategy going to be here? Obviously, we've seen tire saving be a factor, but you can't save too much here. You're going to go a lap down quickly at this racetrack. So I think we're seeing it right now. Cody Kelly, Alex McCollum, they are content to ride where they're at right now, but they're definitely not going to drop to the tail end of the field like they did to Richmond.
Cars all over the speedway. Some cars falling back just a little bit.
Well, Alex McCollum is on the move. He is going to get underneath the 75 of Cody Kelly. He is going for 2nd place right now.
Alex McCollum looking for 2nd in the 1 car. Your quick time award winner. Cody Kelly going to be up the racetrack in the 75. He's going to get passed by Magnum Tate. Here comes Brendan Lee in the number 10.
Well, Peyton Howell just got a little tight there in the center of the corner, and that's going to allow the 1 machine to drive right underneath them. So your quick qualifier straight to the lead. Now we have a new leader, Alex McCollum, lap 10. He brings along Magnum Tate, and it looks like Peyton Howell's kind of backing out of it and saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to save a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to save tires. Peyton Howell drops back to the 5th position. Now Alex McCollum can control the pace. Magnum Tate in the 5 right there on his back bumper. Cody Kelly running 3rd. Brendan Lee, he's going to be slotted in at 4th.
Peyton Howell dropped back to the 5th position. Blake Neer, after that near spin off turn 4, rides in the 6th position. Eric Tracy 7th, PJ Evans 8th, Cole Cabery 9th, Dylan Bates up to 10th. Josh Kossick is on the move. He started 20th. He was one of your B-main winners. He is up to 11th. The guy behind him, Caden Fisher, started 22nd. He is up to 12th. Remember, we got that Adobe Mountain Speedway hard charter, so the driver gains the most spots tonight. We'll walk away with a $5 bonus.
Take a look at a driver who's falling back just a little bit, Jeff. I think this is a guy that's saving tires. Tyler Hudson falling all the way back to the 18th spot and has basically lost touch with the rest of the field right in front of him. Hugo Paquette kind of playing the same game. So he was started up towards the front in the 33 car. He's not dropped back to 17th.
Bill, the intensity that we saw in the B mains, this has been pretty mellow so far right now. Nobody really pressuring too hard here. Everybody just kind of taking it easy and maybe thinking about that SD Ireland's Cancer Research Fund Clean Driver of the Race Award as well. Anybody who can finish 0 incidents earns a bonus into the drawing for $20 at the end of the season.
Cole Cabery up the racetrack in the 54. He'll get passed by Dylan Bates, Josh Kossick, Caden Fisher went by. There goes Josh Cottle, Trevor Edwards. Move Cole Cabery all the way back to the 14th spot.
Well, Alex McCollum leads Magnum Tate, Cody Kelly, Brandon Lee, and Peyton Howell. Your top 6 have really kind of broken away. That's Blake Neer in the 6th position. They got a little bit of a gap back to Eric Tracy, but the field really has single-filed itself out. Everybody kind of riding at this moment. The first car they might see is going to be Dale Mears, who is running in the 26th position. He's quite a bit off the pace of the rest of the group here. I think he might just go into tire-saving mode, just kind of find a place to hide on the racetrack. Well, 21 laps into this one. Alex McCollum, your leader, started 4th on the night. Magnum Tate, he started 6th. Cody Kelly running in the 3rd spot where he started. Brendan Lee running in the 4th position. Blake Neer now up to 5th as he gets around Peyton Howell.
We're just watching these cars circulate around right now. Alex McCollum pulling around a train. your top 5 cars all together.
Fascinating to watch who is taking what strategy here. How quickly Alex McCollum wanted to get to the front, and how Peyton Howell just kind of let them go. Decided, you know what, I'm just going to ride back here for a while.
Yeah, Peyton Howell back there in the 52, following Blake Neer. Blake Neer going to drop off just a little bit. He was on the back of that 5-car train for the lead. Now he's slowing down. He might be trying to figure out if he wants to save a little bit of tire. Here comes Eric Tracy in the 66. He had a nice qualifying effort tonight. He's running 7th right now. PJ Evans led a lot of last week's race in North Wilkesboro. He's running 8th. You see Josh Kosick in the 2. He's up to 9th. And Dylan Bates kind of running by himself right now in a happy, kind of a happy place. You have nobody around you, Jeff. Just kind of fun to ride around. There's Dylan Bates in 10th.
Yeah, that's the safest place to be on the racetrack. Dylan Bates has found himself a spot in 10th where he is all by himself and just getting some laps in right now as Josh Kosick is really pushing the pace here on PJ Evans in the 12 machine. Kosick in the 2. He started 20th, one of your B main winners, and that is Spotta Kosh himself in the number 2 machine sponsoring this race, and he wants to have a showing here tonight. He wants to get to the front in his sponsored race.
And here he comes in that number 2, going to go underneath Eric Tracy. Now he'll look at PJ Evans right in front of him. We see these cars get a little bit loose off the corners, Jeff. We talked to our setup builder this week and said, hey, we heard a little bit about the car being a little bit tight. So he said, okay, no problem. We loosened her up this week.
And you saw PJ Evans that time off turn 4 get big time sideways, gathered that thing up, and continues on his way. But don't want to do too much of that. Tire saving so important. You don't want to slide the tires. That is the big no-no I've heard from most of these guys now at this point. The best way to save tires is don't slide the race car.
There's Josh Kosick going to look underneath there in the 12. PJ Evans up the racetrack. Kosick through in that number 2. Like you said, this is his race, his sponsored race, and Josh Kosick trying to make moves now. So he finds himself in 7th spot.
Next up ahead of him is Peyton Howell, who runs 6th, and Kosick is really on it right now. And also on it, Blake Neer going to dive underneath Brendan Lee into turn 1, give him the 4th spot. Lee going to let him have it, fall back to 5th.
Caden Fisher up the racetrack in the number 18. Josh Cottle went by. Trevor Edwards went by. Here comes Cole Cabry. Now Bladen Edwards in the 72. It's Caden Fisher not able to get down. There's Matthew Barkhouse in the 15. He's in that battle as well. Bladen Edwards looks like he might fall all the way back to 16th. Cars underneath him.
Your top 4 cars still under a blanket there as Magnum Tate really putting a lot of pressure on Alex McCollum early. McCollum got out front and has led much of this race now.
Caden Fisher crossed Matthew Barkhouse over. That was the last car in the train that went by him. He crossed him over down the back straightaway, and he's going to take that spot back. But Caden Fisher did not like how far back he had fallen. So he takes one more spot back, so moving back to 15.
Barkhouse back into the 16th position behind them. Former champion of this series, Hugo Paquette, runs in the 17th position. Bill, do you ever think you'd have to say that?
No, not at all. Hugo, well, it depends. Hugo has certain setups that he likes to drive. So we see if it, well, we've heard it. If it gets a little tighter, Hugo's a rocket. He likes tight race cars. When it gets a little bit looser, doesn't seem to like him as much. And this car kind of plays loose for a while. It's definitely loose under throttle and maybe tight to the center, but I think Hugo's just saving tires, Jeff. Savvy young man in that 33.
Brandon Lee going to give up another spot to Peyton Howell, so move Howell back up into the 5th position as it looks like the 10 maybe losing touch with the leaders a bit, and some of these drivers trying to push the pace are starting to move past him.
I have to say, Jeff, as we were at lap number 40, this view warms my heart. This is late model stock racing in real life if you're watching like I do all the time. These cars are clean, there's tire saving, there's strategy. It is, in my opinion, the best pavement racing you can find. And when I see this happen, we just have guys all over the place just doing their thing, man. It is fun to watch. This kind of stuff is really enjoyable to me, Jeff. So it makes me feel good watching ITZR mimic real life.
Well, I was talking to some of the drivers in practice, and this track it's a lot of turning. It's very bumpy. Some of the guys that have the higher end setups with the force feedback, they said this race, if it goes green a long time, it's going to wear them out. And we are seeing it. We are 43 laps green flag racing right now. And I think those guys that said they were going to get worn out are already finding themselves a little tired right now. It is a bit much with all the bumps and the forced feedback. Sometimes it can get difficult to start turning that wheel for a long period of time.
You're starting to see the last car on the lead lap. Dell Mears is getting closer and closer to the front bumper of the one of Alex McCollum. Dell obviously saving tires in the 112. But Alex is starting to creep in. And I wonder how that's going to play out as they start to get into lap traffic. Dell is a little bit farther back from everyone else in the field, so I wonder if Dell is going to get on the gas here and try to get away from one.
PJ Evans up to the 7th position ahead of Brandon Lee now, who falls back to 8th. Behind them, Josh Kosick runs in the move Kosick into the 8th spot. Brandon Lee back to 7th. Eric Tracy runs 9th and Dylan Bates 10th. Blake Neer is starting to put the pressure on Cody Kelly. Has moved up into the 4th spot. He has gotten to the back bumper of Cody a couple times there, and through 3 and 4 last time. He gave him a little bit of a shot. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but it looked like Blake Neer is starting to really pick up the pace here.
Looking at the chat, Jeff, Frank Griffith wanted to know how much money would it be to give out AJ Rogers' first name. I don't know, Frank. You set your price. I'll let you know if I'll give it to you for that. Aaron Abendroth says it's really rough in a motion rig, and this track is, Jeff. And all I have to say to that is, wah! Who has a motion rig?
Who was the one that said that?
Aaron Abendroth.
Oh, wow. Oh, we need to see pictures of this motion rig. Wow. Well, we are 51 laps, green flag here. Alex McCollum has now caught the back end of the field. They can see Dell Mears. Dell going to be possibly the first car to go a lap down here unless he can hold off Alex McCollum, maybe catch a lucky yellow here, which would help his day.
Magnum Tate just stalking the one car. I like what these guys are doing. Alex McCollum setting the pace. Magnum Tate on the back bumper. Just riding with him. Cody Kelly there as well. Jeff, it's been how many weeks in a row now that we've watched Cody Kelly and Alex McCollum just kind of do things together?
Yeah, they started off with that preseason race at Richmond. They both went a lap down, saving tires. They had to fight each other to get the lucky dog, get back on the lap. Cody Kelly did it first, and that was the difference between him winning the race or Alex McCollum winning the race. And then last week, they kind of went at the same time, got to the front. Cody gave Alex the bumper. Alex said he was cool with it, but then we kind of wondered if the rules were reversed now. Is Cody Kelly going to get the bumper back from Alex McCollum late into a race?
Well, it'll be an interesting situation. I don't think I see Dell. Well, we'll see. When Alex gets there, will Dell get out of the way? That is the question.
Well, these two have had a bit of a rivalry themselves, haven't they? Dell Mears and Alex McCollum. They've had some bad blood between them as well, and so I don't know if Dell's going to necessarily give Alex McCollum any breaks here.
And it is interesting to see if Dell is playing strategy. Well, you can see, Jeff, down in turns 1 and 2, there is a lot of Owen. Dell's going to move up the racetrack into those marbles. I wonder if that affects any of the traction up there. If you watched the IndyCar race yesterday, Jeff, boy, oh boy, when cars would get out of the racing line, if they hit the marbles, they said it was basically like going on the Oreo cookies, and it was ball game. The car would just spin.
Well, Dell Mears is going to go a lap down, so 25 cars still on the lead lap, and your top 5 have kind of broken away from the rest of the field. PJ Evans runs 6th. Brandon Lee runs 7th. Josh Kosick up to 8th. Eric Tracy 9th. Dylan Bates 10th. Trevor Edwards runs 11th. Josh Cottle in the 12th position. Cole Cavery 13th. Bladen Edwards 14th. Caden Fisher 15th. Matt Barkhouse, Hugo Paquette, Dustin Monberquette, Tyler Hudson, and Luke Baldwin, your top 20.
So Cody Kelly got to take a peek under Magnum Tate. He'll make the move in turns 1 and 2. Move Cody Kelly up to 2nd spot. Magnum Tate back to 3rd. Blake Neer thought about it. He thought about trying to follow him through, but really wasn't close enough and had to back off. So Magnum Tate going to defend and stay in 3rd.
Yeah, I noticed that Alex had started to pull away from Magnum Tate a bit, and I don't know if this is the point where Alex is thinking, it's time to start building himself a gap, or or what, but Magnum Tate was not able to keep up, and Cody Kelly, he was watching Alex drive away and said, you know what, it's time for me to move up into that second spot. The caution is out here on lap 63.
Cole
We got a
Cabrey had
pile
an
up.
issue.
Trevor Edwards on the front straightaway has spun around along with Eric Tracy.
Trevor Edwards there. We got another car backwards. That might be Del Mears. Yeah, Del Mears is backwards down into turn number 1. So that was that lapped car that was involved. Now, boy, that was all the way to lap 65, Jeff, these guys just ran. And now you know what's going to happen in the price of poker.
Yeah, price of poker might be going up here as we are deep into this one. A lot further than we thought we'd be before we saw our first caution, and I think that's going to change up the strategy a bit for some people.
I think... Oh, it looks like it's Eric Tracy. Eric Tracy, something might have happened to him by himself.
Looked like he was really high up the racetrack, and as you said, maybe the marbles up there. He got way up the racetrack.
He gets into Dylan Bates, then Trevor Edwards nowhere to go. Wow, Josh Cottle, nice job. Cole Cabrey as well. But I hope I didn't foreshadow that a little bit. That's not good. Like he got up into Oreo cookies, Jeff, and just
he
didn't have any milk. That's terrible. Bunch of drivers making really nice evasive maneuvers. Unfortunately for Trevor Edwards, nothing he can do, and then that got Eric Tracy into Del Mears, who ended up spun backwards. And that's going to reset everything. Unfortunately for Del Mears, he was the only car a lap down. And he was caught in the yellow, so he's going to be staying a lap down.
Well, Dylan Canova in the chat saying the new rig, he had that failure, took him out of the B main. And Dylan, he did not like this racetrack, and he was in a position, he fought his way into a position to maybe make the A main. That is tough luck for Dylan Canova, but he is hanging out with us on Facebook watching the race along with Brett Suggs. And looks like Josh Parrish hanging out as well. Phoenix Sim Racing, obviously here cheering for the 52 and the 72 machines. Bill, not a lot of time here at Hickory. They are already doubled up and ready to go back green flag racing. They're going to head into the Brett Suggs Racing and Marketing restart zone.
Well, if you are Larry McReynolds, you would definitely say pull those belts tight because the price of poker is about to go up. I added that part. But it's about to get exciting, Jeff.
70 laps complete when they cross the line. Alex McCollum, Cody Kelly. And here comes Magnum Tate. He's going to try to fight back past Cody Kelly. Kelly going to get a nice run off turn 2, though. Can he clear the 5 machine? Looks like Blake Neer is under pressure from Peyton Howell, who comes up the inside. Howell got a little sideways in the 52 machine, able to gather it up.
Oh, it is tight racing through the top 10. Blake Neer got sideways. I think he got a little bit of contact, and he does again. That's going to cause a problem. PJ Evans is involved. Dylan Bates couldn't slow down. Now we've got cars wrecking. Cole Cabrey. Wow. Oh, now it's Bladen Edwards is involved as well. Everybody trying to get through that one, but there are cars stopped on the racetrack.
And Cabrey went around. I see Blake Neer around. It looked like Caden Fisher, Josh Kostick also got collected a bit. They continued on, but they definitely made some contact with the outside wall and each other. But something happened with Blake Neer coming off turn 2, and his car just it just slowed down so much.
I think there's contact between he and Peyton Howell. And just nothing that either one of those guys could do as they came through the corner. I think they make a tiny little bit of contact, and then the field is there, and there's, Blake Neer backs are hard in the fence. Bladen Edwards gets a big bump from it. AJ Rogers goes around. Casey Kelly ended up in the wall. Cole Cabrey's backwards a little farther in turns 3 and 4.
Well, Bill, I know Frank Griffith is in the chat watching, and this is the time I think he's yelling Steiner Motorsports Chopper Cam, because I'm looking at this incident between Peyton Howell and Blake Neer, and it looks like there might be a little netcode between the two.
Oh, maybe a lot of netcode?
Yeah, it looked like there was at least a foot between them, and Blake Neer's car just made a shot up the racetrack. PJ Evans out there on the outside, nowhere to go for PJ. He's right behind Blake Neer, and they are just stacked up on PJ Evans.
And just everybody there. Dylan Bates on the binders, can't get slowed down enough. Josh Cottle's in the middle. Wow, did he get through there? Josh Kostick as well. One last time, we'll take a look from the Stinger Motorsports Chopper Cam. Brendan Lee, He gets a little bit of contact. PJ Evans is going to have big damage from that incident. Hugo Paquette ended up stopped. Reagan Parent. Man, that collected a lot of cards, Jeff.
Yeah, a lot of good race cars in the top 10 that were involved. I saw Dylan Bates got a little bit of that as well. So some trouble there right in the middle of this field. And shout out to Anthony Adams, who's hanging out watching the chat as we head back into the BSRM restart zone. Alex McCollum, Cody Kelly. How many times have we said that this season?
Too many. No, they're doing a great job. 1-2 on the grid right now. They're going to get moving as Alex McCollum on the loud pedal. Magnum taking a fight back to the inside once again. He's going to look to the inside of Cody Kelly down into turn number 1. Brendan Lee is there. Peyton Howell is there. Here comes Dylan Bates. We haven't talked about Dylan Bates for a while in the number 91 car. He's up to about 7th.
Yeah, Dylan Bates survived that wreck. Got a little bit of damage on the nose as Peyton Howell got some contact from Josh Kosick. That got him a little sideways. Kosick's going to take it 3 wide. Howell's up the racetrack. They're still 3 wide with a 13 of Josh Cottle.
I can't look. This is it's Hickory, guys. What are we doing? This isn't Talladega.
Well, Peyton Howell saved tires all that time, and now Cottle and Caden Fisher are going to get together. They are door slamming each other down into 1 and 2.
How did they not wreck right there? Now we got a car around Casey Kelly in the back. In the
he got together.
car.
Looked like Reagan Parent was also involved in that, or at least had to check up to avoid it.
Michael Presgraves Sr. in the chat says, ah! I'm thinking the same thing. That was crazy.
I think we saw Hugo Paquette go around as well there as the caution waves. That's our 3rd yellow here on lap 79.
Holy cow. Take a look at Casey Kelly. You can see the guys door slamming each other down the front straightaway. Everything just gets stacked.
Yeah, I think Casey Kelly lifted because he saw what was happening between the 13 and 18 in front of him. And he's thinking, here comes the wreck. And unfortunately, Reagan Parent, who's just looking at the back bumper of the 5, you can't really see much past the spoiler of the guy in front of you. And when Casey Kelly lifts, Reagan just no time to react there.
Yeah, 0 time to react. Casey Kelly had to lift for Tyler Hudson, who was down the bottom. Hugo Paquette goes around. Delmere says, yes! There's my lap back. Absolute insanity, but that just goes to show you how good this late model stock is. Those guys were beating and banging all the way down the front straightaway. Somehow, unbelievably, that was not the cause of the wreck. It was an accordion effect with the cars behind them.
Yeah, just everybody seeing what was going on. Some guys checking up, and the guys further back just they can't see it. All they know is they're coming off the corner and they're full throttle, and when a guy lifts in front of them, there's no time to react to that. But Bill, this race is ticking away quickly. I mean, we are only 25 minutes into this thing. We're at lap 84. This thing is going fast. And Alex McCollum, Cody Kelly, they have found their way to the front once again. Pace car lights are out with Magnum Tate, Brendan Lee behind him. Dylan Bates up to the 5th spot. Josh Kosick up to 6th. Peyton Howell in 7th with Caden Fisher in 8th. And we are heading for the Brett Suggs Racing and Marketing restart zone once again. Pace cars off the racetrack. Alex McCollum sets the pace.
A lot of beating and banging, sliding around towards the middle there, right about in the middle of the top 10. Peyton Howell, he's got problems. He'll save it.
But he lost a lot of positions.
A lot of positions. He'll drop back to about the 10th spot. He made contact, I believe, with Dylan Bates.
Well, Bates is up to 4th now. Josh Kosick now passing Brendan Lee for 5th. Here comes Josh Cottle. Cottle trying to get underneath Lee for that 6th position.
Oh, and Matthew Barkhouse super sideways off of turn number 2. Momberkid had to get on the binders.
And here goes Peyton Howell fighting his way back forward. He just lost a ton of spots. He's finally found himself to the bottom, and he's going to pass Matt Barkhouse back. Move him back into the top 10.
Insane side-by-side racing. Peyton Howell gets a nice drive off of turn number 2. He gets to the inside of Caden Fisher. Caden Fisher has big damage on the right front of the 18 car.
Bill, here comes a guy who was one of the fastest cars in practice all night long, the 7 of Jackson Lewis, who has just been hiding in the back, and now he has found his way into the top 10.
He's right in the center of your screen, that blue, gray, and black number
Luke
7.
Baldwin is spinning. Trevor Edwards involved. Now John Piet will go around.
We stay green so far, but cars are stopped at the bottom. They're outside the racing line. There's cars all over the place right now. We're still green flag racing.
Cody Kelly gets around Alex McCollum during that. Now they're 3 wide with Hugo Paquette, who's going a lap down. Trevor Edwards in.
Alex McCollum, what happened there? Didn't see the 32, just piles into the back of him.
Cars were trying to get going after there was no caution. They were all moving.
And Jackson Lewis is caught as well. Cole Cabry is caught in the 54. Oh, and Alex McCollum just junks the one car, knows his night's over. Took it into the tire barrier into turn 1, but that was absolute insanity. A wreck down into turn number 1. The flagman didn't throw the yellow. We're not going to take a look at the wreck, Jeff. We're going to take a look at what happened to Alex McCollum as he went down into turn number 3 as there's cars. AJ Rogers is sitting down at the bottom of turn 1, and Trevor Edwards' car is broken. And Alex McCollum at the last minute, it's like he didn't see it, tries to stop.
Well, Alex is racing hard with Cody Kelly. Cody got around him. As they were coming into 1 and 2, Cody Kelly sees what's happening, dives underneath Alex. Alex tries to cross him over. They're 3 wide down the back straightaway, and Trevor Edwards, who's off the pace with some heavy damage, Alex just kind of gets in the back of him. There was just nowhere to go for the 1, and he was racing Cody Kelly, and
wow,
big trouble there. That included Magnum Tate as well, so 2 of your fastest cars all night long involved.
So we're gonna try to back up a bunch here and try to figure out what happened going into turn number 1 that just collected like 5 or 6 cars. I think it started right around Trevor Edwards here. Oh, it's Luke Baldwin. Luke Baldwin just loses it on the high side. Trevor Edwards ends up spinning up the racetrack as they made contact. They got about 6 cars sitting down the bottom of the infield. John Piet was involved. No harm, no foul. He keeps moving. But your leaders all come around, and all those cars have cleared except for AJ Rogers, and the yellow never came out. Wow. And Trevor Edwards just, that car doesn't look like it doesn't really want to turn. Caudle's involved. He hits the inside wall. A lot of your front runners. Cole Cabry got turned around by a couple of cars. Looks like Tyler Hudson's involved. Jackson Lewis ends up upside down. Oh my goodness.
Well, Bill, we are getting ready to go back green flag racing. They are in the BSRM restart zone. Cody Kelly going to send us green flag with Magnum Tate on the outside. Tate, he's got a lot of damage on that 5 machine, but he did restart second. Dylan Bates going to try to take the second spot away, though, and he's going to get hooked with Cossack. Magnum Tate's going to spin. We got trouble in 3 and 4.
Dylan Bates is around now. Brendan R. Lee he's crashing. Bates ends up the racetrack. Oh, now we got Eric Tracy upside down in turn number 4. Boy, oh boy, that first yellow just caused mayhem. Now all these guys are just all over each other.
Yeah, everybody just going for it right now. And it looked like Dylan Bates and Josh Cossack got together down the back straightaway. And that hooked the 91 right into the 5.
This is just this has gone south in a hurry. See if we can get back to where we had the beginning of that. I think it actually starts with Tate.
Yeah, it was between Dylan Bates and Josh Cossack, and they got together on the back straightaway. They got hooked.
Cossack's just not up the racetrack. Yeah, we'll give it to you from that chopper cam, Jeff. That's going to be the best look at it. This looks to me like Cossack's just down about a half lane.
And Dylan Bates did go up as well. So I think it's just a kind of a racing deal. 2 guys meet in the middle right at the white line there.
Oh, Bates has got he's to the inside of Magnum Tate there. He's still to the left rear. Cossack just comes down the racetrack. There's room up there. And then it's just kind of everybody trying to figure out a way around. Take a look at that from the end of the back straightaway. That might be an angle. As you can see, Kosick just gets down to the right rear of the 91, and that just causes absolute mayhem. You see Coddle's involved.
Well, Bill, we are going to go single file restart this time as Cody Kelly going to lead us with Magnum Tate. Now Josh Cottle up to third, Peyton Howell fourth. Caden Fisher, who started 22nd, is now up to fifth. Here we go. Time is running out in this one, and we're going to go back to green with about 23 laps to go.
Hopefully these guys can do some racing here. Is Cody Kelly going to take a shot out of a cannon here? You got Eric Tracy down the bottom. He's trying to come out of the pits. That's the wrong time to do that. Whole field coming by.
Yeah, they're going to just get out of the way as Cody Kelly is gone. He has put 3-4 car lengths now on Magnum Tate. Josh Cottle runs in the third spot. Peyton Howell fourth. Now the battle is for fifth with Dustin Monmarquette and Caden Fisher.
They're battling hard for that fifth spot. Caden Fisher, Monmarquette side by side. Cole Cabry got spun in that last one, was able to get his spot back, so he's up there battling in the top 10, running in seventh, but the 54 car has quite a bit of damage.
Little contact between the 18 and the 16 there as they battle hard for the fifth spot.
Oh,
Fisher sideways.
Ooh, saved it.
Monmarquette going to take that spot now. Fisher's under attack from Cole Cabry in the 54 machine. Here comes Casey Kelly in the 5.
Casey Kelly was just backwards a little while ago. Now he's all the way up back into the top 10. So many cars have been caught in incidents here. It's Cole Cabry and Caden Fisher going to make contact through 3 and 4.
The 54 and the 18 doors slamming each other now through 1 and 2 as Casey Kelly is right there. He's trying to get one of these guys to move out of his way as the 5 machine trying to make a late charge to the front. Here comes Tyler Hudson as well, who had fallen deep into the field. Hudson into the top 10. He's running 9th. If you're wondering about out front, Cody Kelly is checked out is 0.7 of a second over Magnum Tate. Josh Cottle runs in the 3rd spot. Now Cottle gets around Tate. We got a battle for 2nd. Here comes Peyton Howell as well. He is there.
Peyton Howell has been up and down all night long in that 52 car, but you can see just about every race car on the racetrack not named Cody Kelly's got damage on their machine.
Yeah, Peyton Howell has been, has had to gather. Oh, and Howell is going to go into the wall off turn 2.
Cow.
He just got hooked together with Magnum Tate, and the 52 machine just went head onto the wall.
And he collects Josh Kosick as he tries to spin around. This is a bumpy racetrack, Jeff, and iRacing has a hard time if you're going to run that tight to each other. Tate. You know what that's going to need? I think Stinger Motorsports is going to get another promotion.
Yeah, bring out the Stinger Motorsports chopper cam. They got the chopper in the air. Peyton Howell, Magnum Tate, they get hooked together. It's just right rear to the left front contact there. That's a hard one to judge. Tate's on the outside. It looked like Howell
slipped
got
a
down
little
on the
bit. Apron?
Yeah. It's just tight racing. I mean, just one guy right on the right rear of the other guy. He gets off the apron just a bit, and Peyton, once he got hooked, there was nothing he can do. He's just along for the ride.
I mean, you guys can make that call at home. I feel like I see a racing deal here. It looks like the 52 just gets a little bit loose, and Tate was out there. And that's just unfortunate. Does he hit the... Wow, does he hit the wall a ton? Oh, my goodness.
Peyton, I mean, for all that Peyton went through tonight, he was having a fantastic run. He kept fighting his way back to the front, and it just ends there in the turn 2 wall.
Well, I said the price of poker went up, Jeff, and I meant it.
Yeah, about halfway, this thing has taken a turn, hasn't it? I mean, they played so nice for about 70 laps, and then they just went nuts here since the first restart. Cody Kelly, Josh Cottle, Magnum Tate, Dustin Monmarquette, Casey Kelly, your top 5. Now remember, Dustin Monmarquette started 21st. Casey Kelly started 17th. Cole Cabry runs 6th. Tyler Hudson 7th. Caden Fisher 8th. Jackson Lewis 9th. Blake Neer into the top 10. PJ Evans, Luke Baldwin, Dylan Bates, Josh Kosick, John Piette, Brendan Lee, and Del Mears. Your lead lap cars, 17 on the lead lap right now.
And very few of them, if not only one of them. Very few of them don't have damage, so.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Back into the BSRM restart zone. Josh Cottle will be on the outside of Cody Kelly for the first time tonight, and got a fantastic restart. He is putting pressure on that 75 machine on the outside line. Can he clear Magnum Tate? He will, so the 13 is clear, but we got a caution. See, I think that's Hugo Paquette around in the middle of 1 and 2.
There he is in the 33 car. Figure out what happened to the young Canadians. They went in through turns 1 and 2. Just to the inside of Reagan Parent.
It looked like it started with John Piette. John Piette and Brandon Lee got together.
It looks like John. Maybe just, well, Stinger Motorsports said, thank goodness for the chopper.
Yeah, it looks like to me the 5, he gets into the bumps down there on the bottom, and the front end just kind of washed away. That car kind of ran up into the 10.
Yeah, a little bit of a shallow entry by John as he was worried about the car above him. Like you said, bumps. The car doesn't turn as well as it should, and he ends up spinning around, collects Hugo Paquette.
So we're getting down into crunch time now. We are at lap 120, and we are getting pretty close to a green, white, checkered finish here. We'll see how this sorts out with cars hitting pit road right now. See AJ Rodders on pit road trying to repair some damage. Bladen Edwards is officially out of this one. He's going to finish 25th tonight. Actually, make that 26th tonight. Trevor Edwards, 25th. Alex McCollum, 24th. AJ Rodders, 23rd. Looks like Peyton Howell's going to wind up 22nd.
I was having so much fun at lap 40, Jeff.
Yeah, I mean, it was fantastic racing for the first half of this field and or first half of this race, and then things got a little out of control there. But you know, we have this penalty system for a reason, and we'll have to go back through the replay and figure out who caused what, and if they got too out of control, they might miss a race.
That's the TP3D Designs penalty box. Thank you to TP3 Designs. They're actually sponsoring the penalty box. That's very, very cool.
Well, Bill, we are going to have a single file restart as they head for the Brett Suggs Racing and Marketing restart zone. It looks like it's going to be a natural green, white, checkered finish. This won't count as one of the 3 if they're needed, as Cody Kelly, Josh Cottle, Magnum Tate, Dustin Momberquette, Casey Kelly, and Cottle did not get a great restart. He's being pushed by the 5 machine. Here comes Momberquette on the inside.
Momberquette going to look to the inside of Magnum Tate. That's going to be 3 wide now as they go 3 wide down the back straightaway. That's really not what you want to do, fellas.
Caution.
We get a caution.
Cabrey got turned around on the back straightaway.
Cabrey's got it rolling again in the 54 car. Holy cow, man. It's unfortunate is now we're going to definitely go into overtime.
Yeah, it looked like the 16 and the 5 got together. Then Casey Kelly got in the back of Momberquette. That stacked everyone up, and they were 3 wide. And Cole Cabrey, he had the field coming behind him. That was Tyler Hudson and Caden Fisher, and Hudson ends up sending the 54 around.
I mean, it's just 3 wide, and everybody stacks up. And short track racing, you just can't see through these cars.
Well, that is going to set us up for our first of 3 attempts at a green, white, checkered finish. And if you're Josh Cottle, after that restart, you got to be thinking, I got to do better on this one, because he did not get a great restart. Cody Kelly was gone. And Cottle, I think you're going to get bailed out by that caution there, because this is going to give him another chance at this one. He definitely wasn't going to be able to get to Cody Kelly on that attempt.
I hate to say it, Jeff, but I don't think we're going to have a lot of entries tonight into the SD Ireland Cancer
It's not looking that way, is it?
Clean Driver Award. Thanks to SD Ireland Cancer Research Fund. Back again to help out the series. We always appreciate it. And we also have the Adobe Mountain Speedway, Glendale, Arizona. They're giving away the Hard Charger Award tonight. We'll have to see who's involved in that battle.
I think right now we're looking at Dustin Marquette, who started 21st, is up to 5th, but Casey Kelly is in the mix, along with Caden Fisher, and even Josh Cottle, who started 12th and is running second right now. We'll see how this one plays out at the end here.
It's a $5 bonus, Jeff.
Yeah, it is. Pace car lights are out, so we are 1 to go here for the first attempt at a green-white checkered finish. Cody Kelly, Josh Cottle, Magnum Tate, Casey Kelly, Dustin Marquette, your top 5. Cody Kelly sends us green flag racing. Cottle, a little bit better restart, but he's still about 2 car lengths back as they are attacking each other here into turn 1. But Marquette and Casey Kelly got together. Now that's going to open up the door for Tyler Hudson. Here comes the 0-1 looking for 5th.
Tyler Hudson, the inside the iRacing machine. He's going to look underneath Marquette for 5th. Can't make the move. Now he's going to be side by side going down into turn numbers 1 and 2. We got another crash on the front straightaway.
But the white flag is out for Cody Kelly, and off turn 4, he's going to see the checkered flag win the Spotta. Kosh Communications 125. Josh Cottle going to finish 2nd. Magnum Tate going to come home 3rd.
There was a crash on the front straightaway, Jeff, right before. I guess he had already taken the white flag. Cody Kelly. I think Dylan Bates was involved in that. A bunch of cars. I see Brendan Lee still stuck on the front straightaway. Hasn't even finished the race yet. Cody Kelly, your race winner. Josh Cottle would have run from the number 13 cars. He finished 2nd. Magnum Tate was up there all night long, Jeff. The tires really didn't come into play with all the cautions we had late.
Yeah, I think the cautions really kind of saved the guys that burnt the tires up early on, and track position ended up being key because it was so hard to pass there with just short runs to the end.
Wow, that was absolute insanity tonight.
But Cody Kelly going to pick up his 2nd straight, 3rd if you count the preseason race. So that 75 car, I mean, he has just been unreal to start this season, and that's the 3rd straight win for him.
Yeah, that's called being on a roll. Just absolutely on fire. Obviously, Alex McCollum was a driver to beat tonight. Peyton Howe looked like he had a really sporty car and had some issues through the middle of that race. Fortunately for Peyton, caught into a lot of accidents, and then the last one ended his race car, so he finishes 22nd tonight. We'll try to get Cody Kelly into the booth and try to give us the interview for the winner. Josh Cottle's going to be hopefully here as well as Magnum Tate.
Yeah, we are just waiting on Cody Kelly at this point, but Casey Kelly going to finish 4th, Dustin Marquette 5th, Tyler Hudson 6th, Caden Fisher, Jackson Lewis, Blake Neer, Luke Baldwin finishes in the top 10, PJ Evans 11th, Cole Carew 12th, Del Mears 13th, Reagan Parent 14th, and John Piette 15th.
Brendan R. Lee finished 16th. Dylan Bates 17th. Josh Kosick 18th. 19th was Hugo Paquette. Matthew Barkhouse comes home 20th. Eric Tracy 21st. Peyton Howe 22nd. AJ Rogers 23rd. Alex McCollum 24th. Trevor Edwards 25th. Bladen Edwards, no relation, 26th. Chris Roma 20. That was it. 26. There was 26 cars that started tonight, Jeff, and that was all of them.
Well, we're still waiting to hear from Cody Kelly, but we're going to move on to our 2nd place finisher, Josh Cottle. And Josh, you started deep in this one, 12th, and you had to survive a lot of chaos there towards the halfway mark of that race. Talk us through what it was like there coming through the field and cars just kind of getting a little rough there.
To be honest, Jeff, I should not be in here. Every corner of my car was pushed in. I was so damaged. I had no straightaway seat. I couldn't do it. On them restarts, I was in 2nd gear and just flat footing. I had nothing under the motor, but we made it through all that chaos. I was definitely a 10th place car, but I'll take what I can get. A little luck never hurts.
Josh, my neighbor, but my buddy from South Carolina, I got to get a hold of you one of these times. We'll go to a race, but hey man, did you have a strategy coming into this race? Obviously, like you said, just absolute mayhem. Car was junk, still finished 2nd. Was there a strategy kind of through the race, kind of the middle? We ran half the race under green. What were you thinking at that point?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Just I was trying to save my tires because I have no idea what this car, like how much we're supposed to save yet. I haven't got comfortable with that. So I just kind of spent the first half of the race going kind of an even pace, not pushing too hard. And I think it really helped me, even with all the damage. I think I had a lot of tire there. If I didn't have damage, I could have got up sooner, but all them huge wrecks in front of me definitely paved the way for me.
Well, Josh, we had 46 drivers tonight trying to make it into just 26 spots. How hard is it to get up on the wheel for qualifying and lay down a lap to get yourself into the show and avoid all of that B main stuff?
Freaking terrifying, man. Like I have never like I mean, even in the super, we have never been this close together in a field. I mean, at least I don't think so. I really had to push it as hard as possible just to finish or start 12th. So I got to work on my hot lap speed a little bit here.
So Josh, we've talked, multiple seasons. We saw you win a race last season in the Sarah Super Series. What are your expectations now with a second place, a podium finish moving forward in this series? Do you feel like you're going to be able to challenge for wins here pretty soon?
I don't know, man. I really got to get used to this car. It's such a different, like, what do you call it? Driving style for me. Like, I was so used to the super, and now we're going to this. So it's just a really, really different challenge here. But I think with a bunch of the laps and the guys that I'm racing with here, they'll help me out and we'll definitely get better.
Well, Josh, you finished second tonight. You had a great run last week. It sets you up nicely for the playoffs. The top eight going to move on and fight for the championship. Do you feel like you're in a good position, or do you feel like you still need to do some improving here if you're in a race for a championship later this season?
Definitely improving. I think I have some speed. I just need to work on this strategy. I mean, you saw me at Wilkesboro. That was pitiful. I went all the way back to 20th, got damaged, and just stayed there. I just couldn't do anything. So I really got to figure out what I need to do in these long races, especially when it comes to SAR time too. Because I've been running a lot of officials, but nothing long run wise. Sorry.
Well, you got that coming up Thursday, man. So not a whole lot of time to figure this one out. But
I
before we let you go, man, who do you want to? You got a lot of guys that are helping you out. Obviously, you're talking about the guys that are trying to help you find speed in this car. But who do you want to give a shout out to tonight?
Oh, obviously the shop boys, Alex, Spike, Dustin, Trevor, Aaron, all them guys. I mean, we put so many freaking laps in this car. And I think it's going to show up in the open series races. We just need to I need to be a better driver in this thing, but I hope we can show our skills in this thing. I think Alex is going to I mean, Alex should have won this race. Him and Cody were battling hard and then just mayhem with him, but that's
Well,
who I need to think.
well, Josh, we appreciate you stopping by and taking the time to talk with us, and we look forward to seeing you Thursday night. The Sarah race will be broadcasting. Hopefully, we'll get to talk to you there.
Yeah, man. Thank you guys for doing the broadcast. This was a lot of fun.
Thanks, Josh, and good run tonight.
Thank you.
Well, now we're going to be joined by our race winner, Cody Kelly. And Cody, you are on fire with the late model stock. 3 wins in a row, 2 points races in a row. You're now the points leader by quite a wide margin, it looks like. How are you doing it? How did you come into this car and just fire off so quick?
I don't know, man. I'm just having some good luck in it, to be honest. The past 2 races, I wouldn't say I was the fastest car, but I was like probably second fastest or something, but able to pull the win out. But this tonight, I think I had the best car. I pulled up under McCollum and passed him, and that's when all the heck broke loose with the cars that were slow and stuff. But I think I had a faster car than him tonight for sure, and would have won fair and square tonight. But it sucks he got wrecked, but it was a fun race. It was a really fun race until all the cautions started too. Man, that was a good long run we had.
Yeah, 65 laps, green flag racing to start the race. Cody, talk about, I mean, that definitely starts to play into some form of strategy. So what were you thinking at that point, 65 laps in the race, haven't seen a yellow, thinking about tires? How were you thinking it was going to play out towards the end?
Yeah, I mean, at first I figured we would have a lot of cautions, and then when we got 60 laps in, I was driving pretty hard, but I was like just kind of saving just a little bit, and it worked out because I forgot what lap all that stuff went down. But I mean, I pulled up under McCollum. I feel like I had a good bit of tire left than him, so it all worked out. Then all the cautions started coming out, and I just had the advantage starting first, and it would have been hard for somebody to try to pass me unless they got like a perfect start or something.
Well, Cody, you said you expected a lot of cautions coming into this, but we had that long green flag run, and we were hearing from some of the drivers that this track it was wearing them out. All the bumps and how difficult this track is to drive, that they were getting worn out. Was there a point in that first run where you were kind of hoping for the caution?
No, but I did. I had some guys on Discord. They were like, "I'm worn out." I'm like, "Man, I'm not even worn out at all." Like I usually sometimes I grip my steering wheel too hard if my car's not driving good, but the car was driving so good to me. I wasn't worn out or tired or nothing at all. I mean, I was ready for it to go to green to the end.
Wow, that's stamina. That's good stuff. But Cody, you've had a big, a really good run. Obviously, the start of this car, out of the box. We talked to Josh Cottle, and he said it's a huge jump from the Super, or at least a big enough jump from the Super, where it's a different driving style. Do you think there's anything in real life, maybe? I mean, I know you've run limiteds, and you do run the late model stocks there in South Carolina. Is there anything that's kind of helped you in your real racing career that maybe you can bring to this car on the sim that's kind of helped you, get up to speed so quickly?
Maybe a little bit, but I mean, I just think it's just all the experience I have on iRacing that helps the most. Just the laps I have on here, and a lot of practice laps, a lot of race laps. I just think it all helps, even real life stuff. But yeah, it's been good to me so far. Hopefully, we can keep the win streak going.
Well, Cody, before we let you get out of here, is there anybody you want to thank for their help and getting you this win tonight?
Oh yeah, I want to thank all the guys at the association, SPM, Daniel. He built a good setup tonight. The thing was driving good. It felt like an open setup race. But I want to thank you guys for having us, and it was a really, really good race until all the cautions started at the end. But man, that was a fun race.
Hey Cody, before you go, I know you live pretty close to this track in real life. Maybe you should get a hold of that car owner of that late model stock and say, hey, let's go run some Hickory in real life. How
Oh
about
yeah,
it?
I might have to. I might have to.
Right after tonight, you got some. Hey, this is my resume. Check it out.
Hey, yeah, that's right.
All right, Cody. Well, congratulations on the win, second in a row, third if you count the preseason. You are on fire, and we can't wait to see how long this run goes.
Oh yeah, appreciate it. Thank y'all guys for having us.
Great job, Cody.
Yep.
Well, now joining us, our third place finisher tonight, Magnum Tate. And Magnum, you were in a lot there. You were kind of in survival mode. A lot of craziness happening around you. Talk us through that. What were you thinking when that deal happened with Alex McCollum? He ended up running to the back of the field there. What was that like from your point of view?
Yeah, it was definitely wild. Like I said, I rode behind Alex, and I kind of burnt my stuff up, so I was kind of hoping for a cautions, and them cautions kind of saved me. That's what got me on the podium tonight. But yeah, I was bobbing and weaving, and it was just a wild mess. I don't know why the caution didn't come out, but it was kind of fun in the same sense. But it sucks because Alex got wrecked and I got involved. But other than that, it was pretty wild.
Well, still a good finish for you, Magnum. Hey Jeff, by the way, all three of our top three guys from the state of South Carolina. Just want to point that out. Magnum Tate.
Wow.
Yeah, Magnum Tate runs limited late models over at Greenville Pickens Speedway. But yeah, great job tonight, Magnum. I just wanted to point that out. But Magnum, what were you thinking? I've kind of talked to everybody about kind of the same thing because everybody's kind of getting used to this car on iRacing. This is your first race with the series this season. What was your strategy? What was kind of playing out with you with this car? Because it is obviously a little bit different tire wear, a lot different tire wear from the super late model. But what was your strategy moving forward as we had that long grid run, all the way up to lap 65?
Yeah, just like everybody else, I'm still figuring it out. Like I said, I'm real busy when it comes to the real racing world, and don't really have much time to be on here. But like I said, I'm still trying to figure out the tire wear, and I was gonna follow him behind McCollum, behind him, and I followed him. I was on his bumper, nose to tail, and he just kind of kept getting further and further away from me. So and then Cody got around me, and I could kind of keep up a little bit, but I started to get real free near the end and before all the cautions came out. So I definitely got to figure out my how much I can go and how much I need to pace myself.
Well, you said that you felt like you burned the tires up. Did you learn anything that might help you? We're going to Langley next, so a similar racetrack where tire saving might be important, and track positions definitely going to be important. Did you feel like you might learn something heading into the next race?
Definitely. I just feel like I could back my pace down a little bit. Just not try to sit there and run with McCollum or Cody if I'm up front, just kind of run my own pace. If I feel like they're running a little too hard, I need to back down. But tonight I was just kind of trying to run somebody else's pace when I knew I should have just ran my own.
So Magnum, we always like to let people talk about what they got going on in real life. We talked about your real life racing and how busy you are. What's going on this season for the? I think you drive the number 41 there at Greenville Pickett Speedway, right? Is that going on this season as well?
Yeah. So this year I'm kind of like I said, I drive 2 cars, for Halt McCall, and so we have a 36 and a 41. But this year, Jonathan Schaefer's gonna drive that one this year, and I'm gonna race, the 36, the other car. So that's the car we ran and won the championship at Granville with. But we're gonna travel a little bit, go to Anderson, and then maybe Tri County, and hopefully go back to Martinsville to try to redeem my
That's right.
first corner incident.
I remember
But
you being there. That's right.
But yeah, that's kind of the plan. Just hit or miss every now and then. But hopefully I can race a lot before Martinsville. Just stay in the seat. But I think iRacing helps with that a little bit too.
Well, Magnum, before we let you get out of here, is there anybody you want to thank, either sim racing wise or real racing wise, for being able to do this?
Oh yeah, Diamond Speed Lab. Josh and Aaron and Jacob. They bring pretty fast setups and open stuff. But just great group of guys. Trying to learn the late model stocks with them. We've been messing around with it, trying to figure out setup wise. We're pretty quick. But still you can still always find more speed.
All right, Magnum, congratulations. A fantastic run tonight. And you and the South Carolina guys really did show up tonight.
That's
Top
right.
3. Congratulations, and look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks when we head to Langley.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, Bill, that is going to be a wrap for tonight. And Monday night racing, they got a little wild there. We had some fantastic racing all night long, and then things just got crazy. Our points leader, Alex McCollum, involved in an incident when the back of the field got into trouble and the leaders came up on him just a little too fast. And now Cody Kelly's going to walk out of here with a huge points lead because Alex and Caleb Hall not here tonight.
Yeah, that wreck was a telling moment, I guess, in this race. But you heard Cody Kelly. He thought he had Alex McCollum covered anyway. So that's going to be fun to watch all season long. But yeah, I'm going to point out again, Jeff, South Carolina's got it going on, my friend. That was pretty impressive. All 3 guys not far away from each other in real life, and they drive their late model stocks to the front. But man, what a great 65 opening laps that we had tonight. I really enjoyed that. Langley Speedway going to be kind of a wild card. No banking on that racetrack, but not any bumps. So that should be a fun race next week.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, not next week. We're going to take next week off because it is Easter Sunday.
Oh, goodness.
So we have Monday and Tuesday off this next week. So we will see you in 2 weeks on Monday night. That is the Canadian Legend Cars West 125 from Langley Speedway. That'll be April 17th. Will be the next time we see you on Monday nights.
Well, I'm real glad you told me that because I'd be sitting here alone going, where is everybody at? Set the server up. Nobody's racing. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. But tomorrow night, we're still racing tomorrow night. Another Spotta Kosh Communications 125 from Hickory Motor Speedway. And Bill, I hope all our Challenger Series drivers we're watching tonight maybe learned a thing or two, and hopefully they get a little bit further into the race before they start wrecking each other.
Patience, patience, patience. The cars will shake out. You will have an opportunity to pass cars that does get strung out. But once there is a yellow, don't run each other over. That's kind of how that
absolutely. Absolutely. And then, of course, we will be live Thursday night for the first race of the Sarah Super Series, the open setups coming back on Thursday nights. And there is going to be a list of heavy hitters. I think we're going to see the Kellys over there, Alex McCollum, the Shot Boys. It is going to be a ton of fun. The open setups for the first time with this late model stock. And I'm just interested to see who's going to come out of the gate with the fastest stuff, because we kind of seen how the super late model, everybody kind of ended up very similar. Who has got the sweet stuff coming into the Sarah Super Series?
Yeah, I think they all know what they're doing, but all of them think that they're the best. You hear some of them talking about it already tonight, hoping they're coming up with some good stuff. So that's going to make it really fun on Thursday. But like you said, before that, we get another night of this. Hickory Motor Speedway Tuesday night, tomorrow night. So man, what a fun week! It's just it's a lot of racing, a lot of fun times.
Yeah, absolutely. We are in full swing of things right now as we go racing here at ITZR and Sarah. And this is a ton of fun. This car is putting on some great racing and just amazing fields. I don't think I've ever seen races like this before. So just incredible what we're getting to do and what we're getting to see. And it just continues on tomorrow night. We got another huge field of drivers. The Challenger Series boys are coming tomorrow night. Make sure you're watching on Facebook, live on YouTube, live on Twitch. We'll be live 9 p.m. Eastern for qualifying and racing. See you tomorrow night.